Shork, Prince Edward, Final Goodbye to the Buckingham Palace. The farewell from Buckingham Palace delivered by Prince Edward has left many in a state of shock and profound emotion. No matter how much one prepares for such moments, the reality often hits harder than anticipated. Just moments ago, Prince Edward's heartbreaking departure stirred widespread surprise and reflection across the globe. Why then would one of the most cherished members of the royal family choose to part ways with such an iconic location? Let's explore this significant event, its implications, and what it means for the future of the royal family. The history of Prince Edward. Prince Edward, the youngest son of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip, has long been held in high esteem within the British royal family. Born on March 10, 1964, he was the first royal child to receive an education at a state school, marking a departure from tradition. His path through the royal spotlight has been notably different from that of his siblings, who embraced public roles early in their careers. Instead, Prince Edward carved out his niche by focusing on charitable endeavors and less public royal duties. Known for his reserved yet engaging personality, Edward has often been seen as the family member who avoids unnecessary drama. His early years were defined by a passion for the arts, leading him to pursue a career in television production before formally stepping into royal duties in the late 1980s. Unlike his siblings, Edward has strived to balance his responsibilities with a private life, emphasizing personal interests like theater and charity work. In 1999, he founded Ardent Productions, a reflection of his artistic aspirations. Following the death of his father in 2021, Prince Edward inherited the title of Duke of Edinburgh, marking a significant shift in his public image. He began accompanying his mother and brother, King Charles III, at major state events more frequently. This change has led many to view Edward as a quietly influential member of the family, stepping up when necessary, but shunning the spotlight that some of his relatives embrace. The emotional departure. Just moments ago, Prince Edward's departure from Buckingham Palace was nothing short of heart-wrenching. The sight itself seemed to carry an undeniable weight, as Edward is one of the few remaining royals deeply connected to the iconic palace. His emotional farewell has left royal watchers and the general public in shock. As Edward slowly walked away from the palace grounds, he took a moment to glance back at the iconic gates. The scene unfolded under heavy gray skies, amplifying the somber atmosphere. Although no words were spoken, the moment conveyed profound meaning, filled with quiet reflection. Dressed in a simple yet elegant suit, Edward appeared to struggle against tears as he took one last look at the residence that had been his royal home for 30 years. This departure felt like an emotional reckoning for a man who has lived in the shadow of his more prominent siblings. It wasn't merely a farewell to Buckingham Palace. It symbolized a significant acknowledgement of the changes that have unfolded within the royal family over recent years. The landscape of the monarchy shifted drastically following the deaths of Prince Philip in April 2021 and Queen Elizabeth II in September 2022, a personal and emotional step forward. Despite being the youngest son, Prince Edward has always been viewed as a calming presence within his family. His close ties to his parents were well known and cherished. This departure may represent a personal and emotional step forward for Edward as he comes to terms with the transitions and losses within the family. The impact of these changes on him has been profound. With the passing of Prince Philip, Edward lost a guiding figure who had been pivotal in his life. Following his father's death, Edward took on additional responsibilities, stepping into roles previously held by his father. However, this shift came with an emotional toll. The loss of Queen Elizabeth II not only meant saying goodbye to a beloved mother, but also signified the end of an era as King Charles III assumed control of the monarchy. Edward's departure from Buckingham Palace is not just a personal step toward his future. It also symbolizes a break from the past. The moment he took those final steps away from the palace encapsulated a farewell to the life he had known for so long. A life marked by splendor, tradition, loss, and duty. Public and family reaction. The emotional farewell has elicited overwhelming responses from both the public and the royal family. Shock, sadness, and support for Prince Edward have poured in, resonating throughout royal circles and across social media. Many believed they would never witness such a moment. Reactions from the royal family have been deeply personal. King Charles III and Princess Anne have expressed unconditional support for their brother during this emotional time. Royal sources have confirmed that King Charles reached out to Edward, acknowledging the significance of this moment for him. Prince Edward's close relationship with his parents has always been well known, and the recent tragedies have only intensified the emotional weight of his farewell. His bond with Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip was both subtle and profound, making this moment all the more poignant. Princess Anne, known for her straightforwardness, has been a steadfast supporter of Edward throughout his journey in the royal family. Their close relationship has provided strength to both during this challenging period of transition. Although the royal family has not issued public statements, their private support has been evident and deeply felt. The outpouring of admiration, respect, and sympathy for Prince Edward has flooded social media. Many have praised him for his quiet dignity and willingness to step away from a significant location in the face of personal loss and change. Observers and royal commentators have suggested that his departure signifies the end of an era within the monarchy. The future for Prince Edward is. We look to the future. The next steps for Prince Edward remain uncertain. His departure marks the beginning of a new phase in his life. But what will that look like? While Edward has always been a devoted member of the royal family, he has gradually begun to carve out a life that blends his royal responsibilities with his passions. As the head of the Duke of Edinburgh's award, a role he has embraced with commitment, Edward encourages young people to take on leadership roles and engage in community service. Given his dedication to youth development, it's likely he will continue focusing on charitable causes, possibly expanding his work on a global scale. However, with the passing of Queen Elizabeth and the rise of King Charles III, Edward may find himself stepping into new, albeit quieter roles within the royal family. Although he may not seek the spotlight like his brother, he has the potential to make significant contributions behind the scenes. Prince Edward could take on additional responsibilities related to charitable foundations or royal initiatives, furthering his commitment to public service. Alternatively, he may choose to focus more on his personal life, spending time with family and pursuing individual projects. In any case, this pivotal moment offers Prince Edward the opportunity to grow as both an individual and a member of the royal family. As he embarks on this new chapter, the question remains, what does the future hold for him? Will he embrace additional public duties, or will he prioritize personal pursuits? The coming months will reveal the path he chooses to take as he navigates the complexities of royal life alongside his own aspirations.